have Sabine here, who is Bleeptrack on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else on the internet. And we're doing a live stream. She's in Germany, so we're doing a live stream at kind of a weird time so that she doesn't have to be up in the middle of the night talking to us. Let's talk PicoPlanets and generative art because, well, we love circuit board art here. I mean, circuit board art is like one of the coolest types of art in my humble opinion. And yeah, and like I think that it's so interesting to combine, you know, machine learning and algorithms into art on a circuit board, but then it's also functional art on the PicoPlanet, which is even cooler. So yeah, tell us about it. I would love to hear about how the project started and like what you were thinking and all about the process for generating all of the different individual layouts.
Right. So, oh man, this was quite a journey. And also thanks for having me, of course. Like the PicoPlanets, I started to do them like in the midst of Corona, or more in the beginning of Corona, basically. So yeah, I really enjoy to do different tech projects, and I always wanted to learn how to make PCBs, right? And I never did this before. And so in my mind, I had the idea of creating a little keyboard, something with, let's say, 3 or 5 buttons or something that I can connect to my PC and
this was like
control. This was my first project. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That is, I am incredibly impressed.
But I had a lot of help. I have to say that I had a lot of help from amazing friends. Very big shout out to Arturo and Timons, because they guided me to all the different steps and learning KiCad and stuff. And yeah, so I do a lot of generative art projects, which means like I really like to write code that creates images from some sort. And yeah, I often do projects with different materials. Like I have a CNC machine where I cut out shapes from wood, or where I use pen plotters to draw images and stuff. And so I thought, like, yeah, when I do PCBs, I should do something generative. And yeah, I learned that KiCad can import SVGs at that time. It was quite a new feature, but it didn't work out too well for me, to be honest. But I found a very nice plugin for Inkscape that could transfer SVG graphics to footprints. And I thought, that's a great route to go.
That's the SVG to Shenzhen?
Shenzhen, yeah, right. And that works like really well. And then I maybe can, let me quickly show, I can have an image of that here somewhere. Yeah, right. I can maybe do a screen share.
Yeah.
Right. This one. So this is what it looks like, what the generator basically looks like. So I can click generate, and then I get these images, and you can see the 3 planets. And I thought, when I want to incorporate some sort of art onto my PCBs, it would be nice to have some sort of capacitive touch, because that's just easy to implement and can change, and it's not too big of a deal. So I create these 3 planets, and they become touch buttons. And then I also wanted to play a bit with the material. So you can see the swirls in the background. These are parts where I leave the copper on the PCB, but still have the solder mask on. So do you have that sort of relief, different solder mask color tones?
It's more like a texture.
Yeah, it's more like a texture, right? Yeah. And then the white parts are just the silk screen print, and like the yellowish stars here, these are parts where you don't have copper and don't have the solder mask. So it's like you could shine through some light so it sparkles a bit. That was the idea. I don't have. I need to check if I have the nice image somewhere, because I made a very nice shot against the sun, and then it looks really sparkly.
Nice. That's you.
So yeah, I brought this generator, and well, the problem with PCB manufacturing is that PCBs become cheap when you manufacture a lot of them. Yeah, this goes a bit contrary to having generative art where every piece is unique. So I went like the middle route and ordered always 10 pieces per design. And this is when you have your, you had the little, like the package from your PicoPlanet lying on your counter. And you can see there's a number on it. So you have the design 15, and then you have .9. So you have the 9th board from the 15 design. So they
cool.
each have their own number, so you can check for the uniqueness.
Cool. Well, I remember too when I was ordering it, I was like going through the different ones and I was like, oh, that one's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
which
that
one?
one's
Yeah.
cool. Like, oh, I like the rocket on this one. Oh, but I like the planets on this one better. And
Right.
it was fun to be able to pick, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But like, not a problem per se, but an interesting fact that I encountered is when you, let's see if I can maybe show a big image that's a bit nicer than holding them into the camera. And the problem is you can see the planets, they all look very different. And especially like the suns, they have these rings around them, these shiny rings. And the
Yeah.
problem is when they look different, the threshold value for capacitive touch changes. And I haven't thought about that prior. And then I went like, oh, this is really not perfect. So in my code example in the GitHub repository, I made a remark that be careful, you might need to adjust this for your specific board because all the planets look different.
Well, yeah, that's okay.
Oopsie.
That's just part of it. That's part of the uniqueness.
That's the uniqueness, yeah. But yeah, like I really enjoy them, and I also made different batches with black designs and like how to say like bronze colored planets. They also look really nice. But I have to say I really enjoy the bluish ones because they look really cool and shine through when you put some light behind them.